Hi guys, welcome to an Inside Sparkle video. My name is Sean and I'll be doing something that's very new and I'm very excited. I'll be starting a Sabbath school takeaway lesson. Every Friday I'll be posting a video on my Sabbath school lesson takeaways. If you're new to this or not really sure about where to find your Sabbath school lesson, you can type gracelink.com, press the link to your appropriate lesson of course, and it'll take you to a PDF or podcast to find your lesson. In my case, you can either have a podcast or your Sabbath school lesson. Now, this week's Sabbath school lesson memory verse is taken from James 1:17. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. Now, if you do not know what that memory verse means, God wants us to be firm in our faith, and He wants us to be loving, because if we have faith in Him, we'll be loving. Now this story is called The Fugitive Heir. King David was now king, of course, and he was sitting on his throne and thinking about all the good times he had with Jonathan, his best friend. All the good times they had, he was having a bit of nostalgia. I think it brought him a little sadness because Jonathan, his best friend, had died in battle. He called his servants in and asked him, "Is there any more of Jonathan's family that I may show God's kindness to?" Well, the servant was a bit hesitant because in those days you wiped out the king's family before you so that you wouldn't have to worry about your kingdom or your throne being taken away from you. So he still answered the question, but he was a bit confused. He told David that there was this one man or son of Jonathan that was still alive. He lived with this rich man who was protecting him. His name was Mephibosheth. He was crippled and disabled, so I think maybe the servant told him that to say not to harm him too much. He already had enough trouble. David told the servant to call Mephibosheth, to tell Mephibosheth that he was going to have dinner with him. Mephibosheth was scared when he heard that news. He had heard all these tall tales about King David, about how hateful King David was towards his family, or stories that Saul had told others. Well, Mephibosheth listened to orders. He came to King David's throne room. As soon as he got there, he knelt to the ground and he bowed and he asked for mercy. King David, instead of showing him hate and unkindness, he said, "Stand up, come have dinner with me." King David even gave up all of Saul's land back to Mephibosheth, and even some of Saul's clothing and materials or items. Mephibosheth one minute was poor. The next minute, he was a rich man. King David even ordered his servants to build up like a mini empire for Mephibosheth. Mephibosheth was grateful for King David's kindness. What I got from that lesson is that we should show kindness from the bottom of our heart. Even though someone might have done something mean to you, doesn't mean you have to show hate to someone who is related to them or connected to them. You should always show love to others and never judge people. God also wants us to trust Him and never to be scared. If we're faithful to Him, He'll take care of us. Well, I hope you enjoyed my Sabbath school takeaways. See you next time. Bye!